back at our archives, going back to 2012. What was the date, Rilla?
This one was, God, hold on.
June.
No, this one was May 26th.
Yeah,
No, because
today,
I went
right?
back. Remember, I went even further forward because it was. I
you went to
originally went to
September,
September
but
7.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I go, oh, let's look at this one, June, whatever.
We found out we were doing it at this exact
Yeah,
time.
it was May 27th or 6th.
Okay, so like over 10 years ago, and we asked the question back then, anybody
Yeah, here
fake
it
their
is.
own death?
It was May 25th because we can't go to the 26th.
All right,
because
that's
it was a Saturday. So is anyone listening who has faked their own death? 713-390-KRBE. Jane is on the line. Hello, Jane. If that's your real name.
Hi, Jane.
Hello, Jane.
Jane
So you know somebody that faked their own death?
Or you did it.
Yes. No, I know somebody.
Okay.
Okay.
What's the scoop? Why'd they do it and how'd they do it?
So we don't know why, she had a drug problem, but so one day there's just this post on MySpace, right? And this is somebody that I knew, that I grew up with, whatever. And she on that post was like, I'm going to say her name because obviously nobody here knows her because it's from my hometown. It's from my hometown.
Don't say her last name.
So-
Just say her first name.
Sylvia.
Okay.
Sylvia.
And the post just said Sylvia has died, and she donated her body to science, right?
Okay.
My.
And so we're like, wait, what the heck? So we're all trying to figure out what's going on. And another friend of mine is like, you know what? I'm going to go to her house. And she lived like about 45 minutes away.
Okay.
And she goes over to that girl's house after all day long. Everybody's like, what in the world is going on? She's sitting outside smoking a cigarette.
Why'd she post
We
that to
never-
social media to tell people she died? She wanted some attention?
Because yeah, all the time.
Aw.
But then people showed up and be like, oh my God, you're not dead?
And then they're happy to see her. And they say nice things about her, and she feels good.
No. After that, she did a whole thing about how she needed an EEG and stuff like that, and she posted pictures about her getting an EEG, things like that. Years later, she died of an overdose, and that's really sad. But she had done that, and it was a clear cry for help. So,
Man.
It's like people that
Wow.
fake they have cancer to get attention,
Which
That's
I think
pretty
is the
awful.
most epic
and then to make money too.
sin. That is crazy.
Yeah.
So if you
Awful.
Yeah,
fake
so,
something like
I mean,
that.
this is somebody whose mother was, unalived in front of her, and had a lot of problems throughout
Did you
her
say
life.
unalive in front of her? Unalive?
Yeah, unalive. I don't, because
Oh, got it.
Yeah,
I got
unalive.
it. I got it.
Yeah.
In front of her. Okay, I hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously she had a lot of mental stuff going on because of what she was exposed to, and the drugs obviously didn't help. So she faked her own death on MySpace to get the attention, and then years later she actually did die. Did she
Yeah,
actually
from an
donate her
overdose.
body to science is the question, because that's what she posted on.
No.
Or was everybody going, I'm not falling for this again?
Yeah, no. This time she was living back in our hometown.
Yeah.
And there was an actual funeral. And by
Okay.
this time, her children were already grown and stuff like that. This is like a few years ago.
Got it. Wow, that's
Yeah,
really
but
something
that
else.
was way back in the MySpace days, like 15 years ago.
Oh, wow.
That's funny when you hear the word MySpace. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, that's
now MySpace is
Where that
dead.
happened.
yeah, Tom.
Does
That's
it
how
still
old I am.
exist?
Is Tom
Yeah.
even around anymore? What happened to that guy? He's rich, right?
He was everybody's first
MySpace.
friend, right?
Yeah, but I remember when I first got on MySpace, I go, who the hell is this weirdo pervert
It's still around.
trying to get...
Yeah, I just looked it up. Yeah,
Still there.
Anybody still using it?
still there.
Yeah, what's this for? It looks like a lot of music.
Yeah, it's all music.
So what, you just download songs and look at videos and stuff there?
Looks
Articles
like,
and stuff on musicians.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that checked the box for anyone fake their own death.
What's a blanket statement? Because that was the other bit we did after that. Is
the
there one
blanket
that you guys
statement that
have?
was in the examples was, I don't trust you because you don't drink. I believe that was Special Case.
Yes.
But I think it was. And it's not people that have drinking problems. It's anybody that.
No, just in general, if outside of somebody having an issue with alcohol where they cannot have it, if you're just like, let's just have a toast to your engagement. Here's some champagne.
Well,
Yeah, I don't drink. And there's no reason behind it. Kevin's like, I don't trust you.
I think I remember my blanket statement from 10 years
I
ago.
don't think what they were.
I remember it was here. And
Well,
I
you
have
would
to
still
stand up
have
show.
it. That's why we would know it, because
I remember the blanket statement. It said, if you're a male and you dance and your elbows go above your nipples, you're probably gay.
You're homophobic. Right.
Exactly.
That's homophobic.
That's not homophobic. Straight men
That's
don't dance that way.
That's 100% homophobic.
true.
Straight men can
homophobic.
100% dance like that if they want to,
I've
and you
never
should not
seen
call
one.
them gay.
He's not saying that that they don't, but most guys don't. Most straight guys don't dance as
No.
much.
No, not really.
Is what he's saying. I guess.
10 years ago.
Ryan, you're part of the problem.
Oh, God.
I'll be in the next room. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram at Space City Pretty.
Make sure when you say that, you realize what you're posting before you tell everyone to jump on board.
Yes.
So then you don't have everybody coming down on you.
Yeah.
But what's your blanket statement?
My blanket statement is
It's
I
what?
don't trust anybody that acts like they're too good to grab the peanuts at Five Guys. I have
Oh, that's
friends
interesting.
when we go to Five Guys, they're like, ew, you eat those peanuts? You don't know where those have been. They're free. Eat the peanuts. It's a part of the experience. You're already
Eat
paying
the peanuts.
$30 for a
Especially
burger.
they're in a shell. If you're like, I like to take the nuts and never mind. I can't.
Better be careful, Kevin.
You like to take the peanut
Eric.
shells,
Yeah,
the
I just put
shells of the peanuts.
and suck on them.
Yes, the salt
Like
of the shell
like a
is
baseball
something you
game.
like to put in your
But
mouth.
that's very
I
unsanitary.
can't do that
savor.
around Ryan because then he'll say I'm gay.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, we stopped. It's very unsanitary. Is what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
because
Oh,
those
that's
have been
so
in the
good.
dump truck.
Yeah.
Those have been all mixed around
They
in the
shoveled
dump
them off
truck.
the
like-
floor somewhere.
Yeah,
No,
with
they
with
don't.
Yes, they
Yeah,
do.
really?
Yes, they do.
We need to do an investigative reporting. Do
I
peanut
think they
shells get
wash
thrown
them.
on the floor in a warehouse and then get thrown into a dirty truck and then thrown to crates and then put in bags
they
and you're
wash them,
sucking
they
on?
power wash them, and then they put the salt on them.
There's got to be like an
That's the
unwrapped
same
about
thing
this.
Why they say don't get lemon in your water at restaurants because they just let it roll around the floor. I've heard
That's
that before.
bull crap. I can tell you from being
You
a
have to
restaurant.
wash
That's
the-
not our
you
restaurant.
have to wash the stuff.
What you got to wash me with? Nobody's rolling.
Because we're thinking of those
lemons around
restaurants
the
where people
floor.
throw peanuts on the floor back in the day. Now they don't do that. I don't think in restaurants anymore because people slip and get hurt and they get sued.
Okay, listen.
True.
Are peanut shells clean?
Here we
Are
go.
peanut shells
Here's an
clean?
article about a dump truck which
Yeah.
they're shipped in. They accidentally dumped them all across the
Well,
road.
that's an accident.
And then they came over and they picked them up with a front end loader, put them back in the truck,
But that's
and
not
then
like
sent them on down the
planters.
road. That's
know?
not planters. Well, how do you know where they went after that? They could have been easily plantertized.
Then the salt would have fell off.
Plantertized.
The
It
salt would have fell off the
says-
nuts.
Let's see. They do wash off the dirt.
Yeah. They don't just pick them from the field
straight
and
put
throw
on-
it into a bag.
there's an FDA regulation for that. You can't just take something off of a tree and not do something to it. This is Merca.
Yeah.
You got to put a pesticide or something on there. Closure.
All right, we've got a 2-for-1 for you here this morning because after this closure, then we've got a closure update from a previous one.
Because a lot of people want to know what happened. Whatever happened to that best friend that left the wedding because he thought he saw he said he saw the groom messing around. Well, stay tuned for that because we have Tammy standing by to tell us why she must be part of closure, and here she is. Good morning, Tammy.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Hey, Tammy, we're
Hi,
doing
Tammy.
great. So who is it you need closure with this morning?
I was dating this guy, Paul, and I really want to know what happened to him.
How many dates did y'all go on, and how long has he been disappeared?
So actually, we were dating for about 7 weeks. It was awesome. I mean, we were really getting to know each other, and now he's disappeared like a couple weeks ago, and I'm not seeing him on social media, but he's not really active on that. And we hadn't had the talk about being boyfriend-girlfriend, but we both sort of said that we're serial monogamous, so I don't think he was seeing anybody else.
So you guys were physically active.
Oh, yeah. You know, we were really close to saying "I love you" to each other. I mean, you know, when you can kind of feel that coming. You know, I was, calling and texting, and I mean, we were at the point where we were sort of saying good morning to each other by text, and he just disappeared.
You're sure he's okay?
No, he's
Like-
alive. 'Cause I'm not going to get fooled again.
Okay, so you do. Okay.
Yep,
because last
he's
time
listening
somebody
in
asked
right
us,
now. I mean, we can
Eric
talk
was
to
like,
him.
we got like the neighbor on the phone, but not the actual
No.
person.
Let's just get some answers then. Let's
Okay.
bring Paul into the show.
Okay, Paul, welcome to the Rule and Ryan Show on 104.1 KRBE. Thanks for being part of the show today.
Thanks for
Welcome.
taking my call.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hey, Paul, you heard all that. You want to shed some light and tell Tammy what happened?
I really feel bad. To be honest with you, like I like her. She's a great gal. Like I really, really like her. But I've got so much going on in my life right now. Things are kind of upside down, and I don't want to splash my mud on her shoes. You know what I mean? I don't want to drag her.
What do
through
you
the
have
dirt
going
with my
on
drama.
that's so terrible?
My brother lost his court case. He's going to prison for a very long time. He has a 7-year-old son he's raising by himself. His mother's not anywhere near in the picture, and I agreed that if he went away, I would raise his son, and that is taking up all my time, and I'm not in a position to be a good boyfriend because this kid's a full-time job.
Tammy, would that upset you if you heard that?
No, I mean, first of all, Paul, I'm so sorry to hear that. That's really sad. But, everything is easier when you have somebody else with you helping shoulder the burden, right? And I love kids. I want kids at some point. And, honestly, I adore you. And that makes me care about you even more. So I wish that you had told me just to even give me the opportunity.
He's had so many people in and out of his life, and he needs a lot of attention. And I didn't want to, scare her with, hey, guess what? I have a kid all of a sudden. And I didn't
so
want
you
to.
disrespected her by totally disappearing on her?
Yeah, I'd be disappointed if I was Tammy. Like, you thought so little.
How's she going to trust you? How's she going to trust you to come back to her if y'all want to get together?
Honestly, I was just really kind of overwhelmed. I didn't know how to handle it, and I kind of shut down. I probably should have said something more to her than I did.
Paul, do you have children of your own?
No.
Okay, so all of a sudden, I can understand why you might be a little stressed out right now. All of a sudden, you've had instant fatherhood thrown on you.
I hear what y'all are saying, and I'm a mom, and I know you should put the kid first. But we're not saying for Paul to show up on the doorstep with his nephew. It's about Paul having respect for Tammy to say, listen, I'm going to have to put the brakes on us. I got to deal with my nephew. I got to deal with my family. I can't have you meeting my nephew. We just have to take time apart or whatever and figure. At least have some respect.
Well, I think we all agree that ghosting is not a cool thing to do. I'm going to cut him a little bit of slack because I think that he probably was just overwhelmed with emotion. His brother's going to prison. He's an instant dad. You heard what Tammy said, Paul. I mean, would you even, if she were willing to still see you, would you even consider that?
I'm open to it. This is all new to me. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to neglect the boy, and I don't want to neglect her. Just a relationship and a kid all of a sudden out of nowhere is just a lot. But I'm open to it if she's willing to go slow and be patient with both of us.
Tammy, would you want to be with somebody who just dropped you because he had family drama? It's not like you had one date and he ghosted you.
7 weeks.
Care.
You about said I love you.
7 weeks and you almost said I love you. And he's like, bye. I'm not even going to say bye to you. I'm just going to disappear from your life and never talk to you again.
I get it because for one thing, he's a very protective kind of person. So I understand where he's probably coming from. And the other thing is, I've had plenty of friends who have had kids and they drop off the planet. And I know that they want to keep seeing other friends, but their mind just goes, insane.
A man that you were close to saying I love you to, and he was going to say it to you, gets a custody of a 7-year-old and just says, I'm just never going to talk to Tammy ever again my whole life.
And not tell her the thing.
Is that the case, Paul? Was that the case? You never planned on talking to her again, or you were just trying to get situated with the new parenthood?
I was so focused. I didn't know how to face her and tell her. This is all new information. Like, he's moving in this week. I'm meeting teachers and parents, and I was just so overwhelmed that, I thought about it all the time, but I just didn't know how to pick up the phone or text or be like, hey, whatever. And it's taking up most of my time.
Your story alone is like catnip for ladies.
Yeah. I know, right? Never, Paul, never has a woman walk down the street with kids and a man swoons. A woman sees a man with a kid, especially one that he has to be the hero for. Oh, my God, where are my panties?
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I would have told her right away.
Women is a great way to
Well,
put
I think
it,
we've
Eric.
got a reunification here, possibly.
I mean, I get it because it's hard to nutshell something like that, That's not something that you just do one phone call or one quick text or anything. That's like a long sit-down conversation, which you don't even know how to approach.
Paul, you would be insane not to go out with this girl again if she's willing to oversee what you did.
I mean, if she's open to it, I'm willing if she's open to it. I like her. I really, really like her.
Talk to me. You want to ask me out again, please?
Yes. You want to go out again?
I'm eye rolling over here. Unpopular opinion. I'm sorry. I'm in the corner of unpopular opinion.
Yeah, Rolla, stop being a killjoy.
In the future, when you guys are in a relationship, Paul, I just want you to know that you can't just crutch on this. This can't be your crutch. That when important things happen, you shut her out and ignore her and don't talk to her. That
he made a
cannot be your
mistake.
crutch.
He's trying to rectify the situation,
You need to communicate,
I
though.
just feel like, Ryan, it's very odd. When you're so into somebody and y'all text every morning, y'all wake up, you can't just say, she probably already knew about maybe the family stuff. Maybe, even if a little hint, say, I'm sorry, I'm having a big family emergency. I will talk to you when I can. This is not a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
If it's somebody you're almost going to say, I love you to.
Maybe I shouldn't give him another chance, but I like him enough that I'm willing to hope that this was just an isolated incident.
Don't throw yourself into that child's life because that child, like Paul said, is already
you
been through
can't
enough.
get in and then all of a sudden get out. That's going to screw the kid up even
don't
more.
even get in.
Shouldn't even be in there.
Just Paul, do not bring her around because you are trying to still settle life with the child. And like you said, the child's had all these people, but you can on the side let her know, hey, personally,
You can still have a life.
Somehow we're going to try and make this work.
I plan on being super careful on who I let into my nephew's life. He's just getting to know me. Like, we saw each other holidays, and now he's living with me. So we're still getting to know each other. I wasn't really ready to, bring a bunch of different people in his life when he's kind of fragile like that. So, I'm glad that she's forgiving, but at the same time, it's going to be a while before y'all hang out.
Well, you guys got a lot to talk about. I suggest you take it off the air and wish you the best of luck.
Good luck.
What? In the
my.
same day? You have 3 people you're dating? Ashley, we need more information.
You'll hear it.
You'll understand.
Good
Ashley.
morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Ashley. So how'd you
You can
catch
hear the
a
smile,
cheater?
by the way, when I talk to her. You can hear her smile.
Yeah, I need
what she
all the
talks.
background in the story.
I can't even believe that I'm telling this out loud. I always swore that I never would because it was just completely unbelievable.
It's just us. Lay it on us.
So my ex-boyfriend, because of course he got caught. So this was years ago, like right when like online shopping wasn't really popular. People were like more into ordering things online. So your best form of payment, like when you ordered online, was PayPal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This was when PayPal was really big. So my boyfriend at the time worked out of town. He traveled for work. So it was not uncommon, for him to like mail me gifts or like, mail me things because he missed a lot of things because he was always out of town working. So nothing out of the ordinary. So of course our like home address was set like as the shipping delivery address on the PayPal account, but we both used it, of course.
Okay.
So I had ordered some stuff, and I was like, man, like, my stuff never came in. Like, again, this is when, like, ordering online was more new, so shipping issues were a thing all the time. So I was like, let me log into the PayPal account, and let me just double-check and see, like, maybe it's not delivered. Like, maybe something's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I log in, and I'm seeing an address on there, and I'm like, this is not our address. Like, whose address is this? What is this? Well, the address was a slight familiar to me. So my childhood best friend, her parents were divorced, but this address was like the same road where her dad lived, which I grew up with her. We went and visited her dad all the time. We'd go spend the night over there. It was not a familiar address to me. So I was like, what in the world? So I call her up and I'm like, girl, like this address, like this is by your dad. Like this is super familiar. I was like, do you know somebody that lives by your dad that would be getting my packages or like have like their address on my PayPal account? And super risky girlfriend here. She's like, get in the car. I'm coming to pick you up. Like, let's go over there. Like, if worse comes worse, we'll like run to my dad's house. It's no big deal. So we go to this address, and I'm thinking like, this is maybe like some older person who just didn't type the address incorrect. Like, there's no telling. I'm thinking everything. Give me the benefit of the doubt. We pull up at this address. Not only is this girl that I knew, but my boyfriend was at her house. When we pulled up there.
You caught him red-handed.
Oh, my gosh. Did you knock on the door? What'd you do?
Because, we knocked on the door. I'm not a conflict. Like, I'm the kind of person, like, if you do somebody wrong, your karma's going to come for you in due time. I don't know you anything. But my girlfriend's like, no, we're going in here. She busts into their house.
Oh, my.
Hunts him down, hollering his name, like, drags him out, and he finally admitted that he was, like, ordering stuff. They had been dating for, like, 6 or 7 months.
Oh, my
gosh. She knew who I was. She knew where I lived. Like, we had been together, like, 6-7 years at this point.
Oh,
like,
my
she knew, like, she knew about me, the whole 9 yards. She knew he was cheating. She knew he worked out of town, like, everything. She knew everything.
Wow. So she was a willing participant. She 100% knew that y'all been in a 7-year relationship and starts dating him on the side.
She knew everything. And funny enough, they are now married and have kids.
Oh, my
You're
God.
Well, I guess you could look at that part. At least they're stayed together.
Something came out of it, I guess. But.
Ashley, how old were you at this time? Y'all had been dating 6 or 7 years. How old were you?
So we were high school sweethearts. We had been together since we were 15, and we were going on like 22, 23.
Okay.
So then you broke up with him. He stayed with her. And then, but Eric, you said it was 3 people.
and
And then you said you caught somebody else?
So, yes, we get through this whole big scenario, and we had lived together, like, the whole 9 yards. So I told my boyfriend, I was like, we've got to go we got to go get my stuff out of this house. Like, I'm not going back. Like, gun-ho, we're moving out. We're breaking up. We're not doing this. So my girlfriend and I pull up at my house at this time, and we are packing our things. She's helping me pack and, like, get out of the house. And my phone starts ringing, and I'm thinking it's him. He's on his way there to fix everything, the usual boy thing.
Yeah.
Text messages from his mother. So I'm like, wait, maybe he's called his mom and, like, told his mom what's going on. I'm not calling his family and telling him anything. I don't want to deal with that. I had to deal with him. No, we're not dealing with all that. It's his mom. And I realized, like, this was a little long, a while back where, like, text messages, it would say, like, a picture message still.
So I told my girlfriend, I was like, his mom is sending me like picture messages. Like, I don't understand what is this? Like, this is odd. She doesn't usually send me pictures. So we look at them, and she accidentally texted me her nude photos that she was sending to another man cheating on their dad.
Oh, my God. So cheating runs in the family.
Ouch.
It runs in the family because it gets better. So I'm like, we're flabbergasted. We're like, what are we doing? We're like, these photos, like all this. We're like, what in the world is going on with this family today?
Oh, my God.
And I've had this girlfriend with me. She's been with me since I was born. Our moms were friends growing up. Our grandparents grew up together. So long, very close with her and her family. So, we call her mom and we're like, what do we do? Like, this is so weird, and we're talking about it. And she's like, nothing, y'all just get your stuff and get out of there.
Yeah.
Well, in the midst of all this, the brother to the same family realizes that we're at the house. And I don't think he knew like what was going on with me and the brother and the mom and all this at this point. And he had a girlfriend, longtime girlfriend. They've been together a while. Well, he's always kind of liked my girlfriend. Like, he's always kind of hit on her every now and again and been kind of flirty with her. And she's always like, leave me alone. Like, y'all have been together so long. She's like the brother. They're like brother and sister, And so she's always like, no, leave me alone. And so he realizes we're there and he comes in and he starts hitting on her. And she's the same thing as usual, like, hey, like, leave me alone. You got your girlfriend. And they actually lived a couple houses down from where I was living at the time. So his girlfriend called him at my house. So she's, of course, calling, and she's like, hey, you need to leave there. Like, I know you're there with her. Like, I know they're both there. Like, you don't need to be there. Like, she was super insecure about him being around her, which is completely understandable.
She had a reason.
She was smart.
Yeah.
Very smart. So he leaves because he's getting in trouble with his girlfriend. And before he even makes it out of the driveway, he's texting my girlfriend, like, hey, like, send me some pictures. Like, let's hang out later. Like, we don't have to tell my girlfriend.
Oh, my God. This is all in the same day, Ashley?
All in the same day. This is like within 2 hours of all this happening. Me and my
Wait,
girlfriend
let me just reset for a second because some people just tuned in. Ashley's calling in on How'd You Catch Your Cheater. She found out her boyfriend of 7 years was cheating with a girl for 7 months. The same day, that boyfriend's mother is sending Ashley nudie photos by mistake to the man she's having an affair with on her boyfriend's dad. And then the boyfriend's brother is cheating on his girlfriend or trying to by getting with the girlfriend. Trying to cheat by hitting on the girlfriend consistently. Okay. 1, 2, 3, all in one day.
That is messed up.
You are wise to steer clear of that family.
Yeah, you're lucky.
Or did you marry the brother or something weird?
No. My girlfriend actually was like, you know what? I'm sick of him texting me and doing this. He's always asking me for nude pictures. Like, I'm so tired of this. She took the nude pictures that the mom sent and sent them to him.
Oh, my God.
And he was living for it.
Nobody wants to see that.
What was his reaction?
Pictures.
Oh, no.
Like, to this day, he still does not know that those were his mom's boobs.
Oh, it's just boobs. It wasn't
so the face is cropped out.
Gosh.
So he liked those photos a lot.
Yeah, he's hearting his mom's boobs.
So her and I, to this day, we're like, we're going to take it to our grave that we sent this boy his own mom's boob pictures.
No, you got to call him. We can put you on revenge. How fun would that be to call him up and let him know all these years you've been funning over those? It's probably like saved in his phone for a rainy day.
Those are your mom's boobs.
Real story, guys. And guys, you guys are guys.
Yeah.
When this dude got the breasts of an older lady thinking it's this young girl, is he wondering like, wow, that's not what I thought they'd look like?
It had to be turned off.
Wow.
I don't even think he cared. I think he was just so excited to see some boobs. Like, it didn't matter to him.
There's moms.
By the way, his
Wow,
mom could only be
Ashley,
20
you
years
got it.
older. I mean, there are plenty of women that are 40 plus that probably look amazing without their top.
But you don't want to see your
Not
mom's
your mom.
breasts,
Not your
man,
mom.
right?
God, I'm ending it there. I can't.
Nothing could top that.
No.
Ashley, you got us 3 stories in one shot. We're great. Thanks so much for sharing that. That is
That's impressive.
unbelievable.
She didn't
but
tell
true.
them because I would want him to know.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
yes.
Like
You're like, you like that? We're
Yeah.
good. That's your
And
mom.
he's like, oh, my God, you should see what I just did. No.
You what?
What
Y'all want to go to the
a
listener line?
loser.
Go 713-278-VENT. That's 8368. If you want to leave us a story there, how'd you catch your cheater?